13:07 a.m. Hope you enjoyed the Curtis Mayfield. I know I did. I think the man's an absolute genius. But it's time to talk about something serious, folks. Aliens. That's right. They are here. And apparently, even the government is having to admit that there is extraterrestrial life that we've encountered that we have possession of. So why am I bringing this up? A UFO whistleblower is saying that our government, the United States government, has an intact non-human craft. An Air Force veteran has made the bombshell claim that the United States government has recovered materials that could be proof of UFOs, including an intact craft of non-human origin. But they are keeping it a secret from the public. David Charles Grush, a veteran and former member of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and National Reconnaissance Office, has blown the whistle on this information, speaking with several news outlets about the crafts. I want you guys to listen to this. He did an interview actually with News Nation, and you can listen to this guy. This guy, I don't think he's BSing. Okay, I don't think he's mentally ill. I don't think he's crazy. I don't think that he is playing a game here. I'll let you hear him for yourself.
We have all seen these blurry videos of unidentified flying objects. Video evidence, if you will, that old tales of UFOs may not all be conspiracy theories. In recent years, Congress starting an official U.S. government Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, recently renamed the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO. And now in a News Nation exclusive, David Grush, an Air Force veteran, former member of that task force, and veteran of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, is formally blowing the whistle on secrets he says no one has ever shared publicly before.
You are one of the most trusted former intelligence officials in the U.S. defense and intelligence establishment.
Yes, I was.
You were trusted with the most intimate secrets.
Yes.
Grush sitting down with award-winning investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, who's reporting for News Nation and has spent years reporting on the UFO question.
What conclusion did you come to at the end of your time on the UAP task force?
The UAP task force was refused access to a broad crash retrieval program.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
How many?
Quite a number.
You're kidding.
No. I thought it was totally nuts, and I thought at first I was being deceived. It was a ruse. People started confiding in me. They approached me. I have plenty of current and former senior intelligence officers that came to me, many of which I knew almost my whole career, that confided in me they were a part of a program. They named the program. I've never heard of it. And they told me, based on their oral testimony, and they provided me documents and other proof, that there was, in fact, a program that the UAP task force was not read into.
Grush alleges the U.S. government has recovered non-human craft for decades. He's filed a whistleblower complaint saying he gave what he calls the classified proof to Congress and the Intelligence Community Inspector General. News Nation has confirmed David Grush's credentials and resume. We've not seen or verified the alleged proof he says he's provided to investigators. He says he can't show us the proof for national security reasons. He also tells us he's not seen photos of the alleged craft himself, but has talked extensively with other intelligence officials who have.
If you're right, if you're telling us the truth, everyone, the entire American public, has been lied to for decades.
Yeah, there's a sophisticated disinformation campaign targeting the U.S. populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral.
You are saying to the human race, for the first time, an official intelligence representative at a high level from the US government is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone. Absolutely, the data points empirically that we're not alone, yeah.
Do we have bodies? Do we have species of
Well,
non-human?
naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots. And believe it or not, as fantastical as that sounds, it's true.
It's also harder for people to wrap their minds around the concept of a crashed object from somewhere else. It's easier to accept that, yeah, we see things in the sky that we can't explain.
Journalist Leslie Kean broke Rush's whistleblower story this morning in the debrief. Ms. Kean's career has been mainstream and credible, having written a series of reports on UFOs in the New York Times dating back to 2017. He has the credentials, but there's no documents that he's handed over. There's no pictures. And as a journalist, you want to see documents, you want to see pictures. Does that raise a red flag?
Not at all, Brian. I mean, you mean documents that actually describe the craft?
Correct, yeah, like government documents, or to be able to see it for ourselves.
Of course, don't we all want that? And the problem with that is all of that information is classified. You know, as we said in the story, everything that Grush told Congress and told the Inspector General of both the IC, the Intelligence Community Inspector General, and the Department of Defense Inspector General, all of that information is classified.
In 2017, Kean reported exclusively in the New York Times that the Pentagon had a secret UFO program. 3 years later, the Pentagon confirmed her story. Her latest report is even more explosive, but Kean says she has multiple sources who back up Grush's story.
I believe it because of all the sources I have who have told me the same thing. So who am I to doubt these very, very high-level people who have been inside these programs for decades, have done their work, and are all telling me the same thing? I mean, I don't think there's some kind of conspiracy among all these people who don't know each other to make something like this up.
So I've got to be blunt about this. Yeah. You're not making this up. This is not a lie.
No, absolutely not.
Because everybody watching this right now is looking at your face. Mm-hmm. They're going, is this guy for real?
I am for real. And I'm sitting here at great personal risk and obvious professional risk by talking to you today.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. No. I am not ready for this. And to just bring this home, just a few days ago in Las Vegas, allegedly another UFO landed in Las Vegas, and this family actually said that they saw aliens that were around 10 feet tall in their backyard. So the Las Vegas police have actually released the body cam and 911 audio of the officers who claimed that the UFO crashed in their backyard. They said a family called on May 1st to report some crashed in their backyard, and they saw non-human creatures in it. In the 911 call audio released, the caller says his father, and his brother were in their large backyard working on their truck when something crashed and they felt an impact. He said, we just see in the corner of our eyes something fall down from the sky, and it was with lights. And when it hit down, there was a lot of footsteps near us. And then we have big equipment, and we see there's like an 8-foot tall person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes, and it's looking at us. The caller tells the 911 dispatcher they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot. Oh no. Oh God, no. If you look at the footage of the dashboard from the cops, you can actually see the blue light falling from the sky. So, I mean, oh man. Let me get this caller. Hello, caller.
Hey, Scott.
What's up, brother?
Alien, man, listen. You know the body snatchers. You know people watching the body snatchers on a loop, and they can chocolate mushrooms down. The police told them don't call them back until they handcuff one, then call them back. But hey, man, you know Kanye West. And then, listen, and then Kanye West, man, you got the two West brothers, the nuttiest group it is on the, in the country almost. Not Kanye West. I don't even have him on my playlist, right? Now, listen, Kanye West, man, he been out there for a while. He went to Yeezy. He went to whatever else name he picked. He got about 3 or 4 names. He even crushed P. Diddy. P. Diddy went, to assortment of names. But listen, man, this is what I want to say about Kanye West. Now, Kanye, he dressed like a mortician from the 1800s. His ideas is just as dead as his dress. He ain't got a chance, and you know what, double hockey sticks. He was put in there, man, to be a ringer. That's what he was put in there to be. Now, if you keep on picking them losers, man, I don't know who's gonna take you to the racetrack, man.
Well, see, I don't support the military-industrial complex. I don't support the prison-industrial complex. I don't support the corporate-industrial complex. And both of the candidates running for the Democrats and Republicans support those things. So, I mean, it is what it is, brother.
Listen, I tell you what, if they weren't doing what they were doing, you know where you would be right now.
In Sweden or Switzerland or Canada or any other country that don't have those things.
I doubt that because they wouldn't accept you. Everybody, man, they lambaste the
Canada accepts everybody, but that's neither here nor there.
No, but you got people, man, that lambaste the United States for what they do. But you know what? The freedom that you yourself enjoy, there's many a graveyard filled of people that made it so that you could say what you say, even though it's out there. You pick nothing but losers. And all that propaganda from Al-Azhar, what
Who
you
is
can
Al-Azhar? All right, thank you for your call, brother. It's all good, man. But yeah, I support Dr. West. I don't support the corporate establishment or their candidates. But in terms of aliens, actually, this all sort of coincides with a new documentary that came out recently that talked about it's called Moment of Conflict, that you can currently stream on Amazon and Apple TV. It talks about in 1996, the United States Air Force actually shot down a UFO which crashed 6 miles from a medium-sized town in southeast Brazil. A few days later, 2 sisters, aged 14 and 16, and their 21-year-old friend spotted a tiny, frightened alien with big red eyes crouching against the wall. They ran screaming back for their mother. And the Brazilian police and military captured at least 2 of these things, one of which scratches an officer, infecting and ultimately killing him before dying along with its extraterrestrial comrades. The U.S. Air Force confiscates the alien bodies and takes them to an unknown location. The vast cover-up by the Brazilian military, enforced with death threats, lasted for over 26 years. This happened in Varginha, Brazil. I think you guys should watch Moment of Contact. I'm definitely going to try to check that out. One of the funny things to me is that the people who witnessed this, all the people from the town, they told their story to the press and were met with mostly ridicule. But the girls, who are now adults in their 40s, have not changed their testimony in 25 years. In the 25 years that have passed between the event and making of the film, 6 miles from that crash site, according to the film, the military set up a blockade in a residential neighborhood. Sources say the local fire department, which is under control of the military police, captured one of the creatures in the morning, and another officer captured a second near where the 3 girls who saw it had seen it later. Now, to me, the most hilarious part of this was that the Brazilian police actually the Brazilian police actually said that they concluded that the young women had encountered a homeless, mentally unstable man named Medinho. Now, apparently Medinho, who probably has some mental disability and whose physical characteristics match the description, make it likely that the hypothesis that this citizen, probably being dirty due to the heavy rains and seen crouching by a wall, was mistaken by three girls as a space creature. So again, I need to see this man who's so ugly that he was mistaken for a 3-foot tall alien with red eyes. I need to see this. But anyway, I'm convinced, y'all. I'm convinced we are not alone here on the planet in terms of being a super intelligent life. I always knew humans couldn't possibly be the smartest thing out there because, well, just look at us. Yes.